Hello, my beautiful peeps. I'm standing here in front of you with absolutely no makeup on because, yeah, I don't want to imitate Jacksepticeye, but there's something wrong with his eye. And I'm just going to keep my fringe here in front of it like so, okay? But because he's itchy and scratchy, I don't know if it's pink eyes or not. There's no way I'm going near it with any kind of makeup. Let's play it safe, rather. Anyway, Deadpool. Have you guys seen the movie? The new one, Deadpool 2? Have you not? Well, a little bit of a fan art here. I mixed in Gwenpool in there. A little bit of the comic book heroine that just came out recently. They did a special with Howard the Duck there. But yeah, Gwenpool and Deadpool, and I thought, why not? So let's get cracking.
Deadpool. Everybody is drawing Deadpool. Not that I blame them, because he's such a fun character to draw. I thought of drawing Deadpool for a while now, but the release of the new movie just made me want to do it all the more. I used 4 different colors of red for his mask and his clothes. And I also tried to give it a little bit of texture, but I didn't go overboard into making it incredibly realistic. I wanted to give it a little bit of a comic book feel to it instead of super realism, but obviously I wanted to make it look real enough so that you can see it's actually Deadpool that I'm drawing here. The most amazing thing happened. I was surfing the internet looking up Deadpool and looking up on some of the background stories and superheroes and supervillains and dark heroes all over, but the bottom line is I came across a character called Gwenpool. Now, for those of you who read all the comic books and not just watch the movies, Gwenpool is a comic book hero, and they created her very recently, Marvel Comics, especially due to the popularity of the Gwen Stacy character and having Spider-Gwen. So I decided that would be super cool if I can draw Gwenpool as well, because she is so much fun. She's such a naughty little character, kind of like Deadpool. So yeah, the two belong together. A little bit more on the history there later. I just quickly want to explain that even though I didn't want to make it super realistic, I did try to get the shadows and lighting what's the word I'm looking for? Well realistic, even though not super realistic. As I was drawing Deadpool and putting in the shadows on his head and on his mask, I thought to myself, you know that apple everybody expects you to draw when you go for art classes? Everybody gets on board drawing the apples and where the lighting comes from, and it actually came in quite handy here. Now, I never went to art school, and we didn't really have art as a subject in my old school. I begged my mom to put me into a little bit of my own history. I grew up in a very small town called Stilfontein. And they've got one high school in the entire town. And they've got a couple of primary schools, but only one high school. And back then, without giving away my age, but back then it was just an Afrikaans school. It wasn't a dual medium school like most of the schools are today. Dual medium being English and Afrikaans. 2 languages. Thank you, Shay, for making that clear. Anyway, so in my school it was just an Afrikaans school, but it did not give any form of art classes at all. And I desperately wanted to do art classes, and I begged my mom that she must please send me to the next town up, the bigger town, Clarkstorp, and let me go to school there, to the English school, because the English school over there does give art classes, and I really wanted to have art classes. My mom said no, she can't do it because I'm already struggling in school. Yeah, I was a naughty girl, unfortunately. But I was already struggling in school, and therefore she cannot send me to an English school because I will fail miserably. And I said to her, but Mom, my main subject is biology and everything's in Latin anyway, so who cares? I will make it. And then she said, no, we don't have money to send you on the bus to Clarkstorp, so you must climb on your bicycle and ride yourself all the way to your normal school. Hence, I didn't have any art classes, but I never lost my passion for drawing. And of course, I never lost my passion for escaping real life into movies, books, etc., etc. Hence my fascination with superheroes and comic books and whatever. My favorite book, yeah, it's the Mad magazine. Let's not go there now. Anyway, so. Oh, shibbit, there I just said so again. I said I wasn't going to say so again, but I said so again. I'm so sorry, people, that I said so again. Okay, I only did this picture once again, coloring in everything using my Colleen pencils that are quite soft, but not overly soft. No, actually soft. Colleen's are the cheapest of the expensive pencils. It's not as magical as some of those really super expensive pencils, but it's magical enough. Oh yeah, I went back to the nose because my daughter pointed out that his nose is too broad and I must make it a little bit thinner, so I just fixed those shadowing. This was one of my longest videos that I've made so far. It took me over 5 hours to finish this picture because I really wanted to do it good, and I put in a lot of effort into this one. I really wanted it to be amazing, and I especially struggled with the hands, but I always struggle with hands, so you just keep on trying until finally you get it right. So I use my Colleen's. That's very easy to shade and to blend. That's why I could use 4 different reds in a suit because it blended very nicely together. And then of course my black I use the most in all my pictures. That's why it's just a little Stompy, and it's going to get smaller and smaller as I go along, but I don't. Okay, a little bit back to some of the history on Gwenpool. Apart from the Christmas special she appeared in, and of course the special with Howard the Duck that she appeared in, I thought her backstory was really cute. Because she's really, really cute, and I wanted to make her really, really cute, so I tried my best there. Oh yeah, backstory. I forgot what I wanted to say now. Look at me. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to point out that Gwenpool, just like Deadpool's breaking the fourth wall, speaking to the audience directly, she's got a similar backstory, as in she came to the comic book world, to the Marvel world, from the real world. And for those who cannot see me now, I'm making little cupcakes with my fingers, quotation marks with my fingers. Thank you, my trusty little editor, for helping me out there. I'm using my, but anyway, so she's also breaking the fourth wall, and when she got to the Marvel world, she said she didn't want it to be an extra, so she looked up the Ronnie character, that's the costume designer for superheroes, and she said she didn't want to be an extra, so he must create a costume, and the costume she created for her was mostly pink because it went well with Gwen. Her name is Gwenpool, by the way. Her surname is Pool, so it's Gwenpool. But the costume designer misread her name on the form, and it looked like she was using the alias Gwenpool, which is why she created her the costume almost like Deadpool's. But she used pink because it went well with her pink highlights in her hair, and of course she had excess pink material that she wanted to use up, and that's why Gwenpool's costume is pink. I put a little bit of purple in the pink because in the comics you can see it's also got a lot of purple highlights there. So putting the purple as the highlights makes the pink stand out really, really nice. And I thought it came out not too bad. Both my son and my daughter wanted to steal this picture. They said it's one of their favorites. Okay, what is funny about this picture also is while I was doing it, I looked at it and I said, this is so my son and daughter. Their pose, it's so typical my son and daughter. Now, there's a big age gap between my son and my daughter. Yeah, okay, 7 years. I'm trying not to give away my age, okay? Don't giggle at me either. My daughter is giggling at me. It's so unfair. I'm allowed not to give away my age. It says no, every woman ever. Anyway, doesn't matter. My son and my daughter. This pose is my son and my daughter. That's Jessie and Cynthia. Shaky for short. Also my character. And she is just as mischievous. Close enough. As the Gwenpool character. If you get to know my daughter, she's got a very dark sense of humor. And I think if my daughter were ever to become a comic book character, she would definitely be a supervillain. Without a doubt. My son will be a hero, but he'll be a dopey hero? He's gonna kill me if he hears me say this out loud. No, he won't be a dopey hero. He'll be a cool hero. Okay, he'll be a cool hero. Naughty boy, naughty daughter. Anyways, I also tried to go out of my way with this picture to make a very nice background, and also because the pose are so mischievous, and she is so cute and naughty and playful, I thought I'd keep the theme of comedy in this picture overall. Yeah, my trusty editor just pointed out that my son wants to be a Sith Lord, but he's not that strong with the Force, and don't let him tell you differently. Okay, back to the picture. There I've made some shadows into the eyes to make it also look super realistic, and I had fun doing this. I think the trick that I tried to do here is because the mask is mostly white, just play around with the shadows and the pink highlights. I like the way I made her mouth. She looks super cute. I think this is the cutest Gwenpool ever. And she actually kind of does look like my daughter, eh? My daughter's got the same sharp little chin there and cute smile that's got just a hint of mischievousness in it. Oh, I love you too, my baby. Okay, for the background I wanted to make an explosion, but I'm not very good with backgrounds or explosions, and I tried my best here. It also came out quite comic-y like. There's a huge gap in the background. Unfortunately, we made a mistake with the recording, and We had to cut out a huge piece, but like I said, this was also an extremely long video, more than 5 hours. So as you can see in the background, I just layered it from light to dark and then put the ashes. And don't miss my teddy bear being blown up there in the background. Okay. And then I put in some silver highlights and some golden highlights and some white gel pen marker for some extra texture and highlights in the entire picture. So I hope my background didn't come out too bad. Like I said, I should have showed you. I wanted to show you that, guys, how I layered it, but my video just didn't come out right. So I hope you guys can still enjoy it. I did go over it with some fine liners all over, and that was it. A little bit short, but there's my picture. I've done it. I'm sorry I didn't get to show you everything I wanted to get to show you, but I still love you all. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm new and I want lots of subscribers. Bye-bye.